Greetings. Greetings. I hope all is well with you in your world. Long time, little talk. But I've been going through my process. And I just want to share with y'all some deep things that I'm uncovering. Okay. So in life, it's so much that we're going to come to know. It's so much that we're going to be presented with. We're presented with opportunities of growth. And they come by the way of challenge. They come by the way of like a test. They come in lessons. And through these journeys, there are gems to be captured, if you will. So put it this way. You know when you watch a movie and it's an adventurous movie, and throughout the process of the journey, many different events are happening. Many different things are happening. And along the way, you're learning something. Along the way, something is being done in you. Along the way, things are simultaneously happening on all levels. Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. You know, it's a full spectrum thing. And as we evolve in life and move forward, it's a continuous unfolding. Continuous unfolding. So if you ever look at a rose, it has all these like layers before the middle part, the bud. Or even like an onion, you got all these layers, that you just got to peel off till you get to the, you know what I'm saying? So it's the same with ourselves, our spirit. We are we are nature. We are nature. We are the cosmos. It's all within us. We are atoms. We are atoms, okay? And inside of us is a whole lot, okay? And how the Most High Creator Source designed us is to evolve, is to eventually get to that point within ourselves that we have reached our own divinity. Each and every one of us has light within us. That abiding light that the Creator put in us is in us. And we have to cultivate that light. We have to bring forth that light. That is the bearing of fruit. So it's through these many different things that we have to bring out this light. Okay, so when we're the seed and we've been planted. Same, it's all symbolic. Same when you plant something in your garden. You're planting that seed. That seed has a program. That seed has instructions. That seed already has a certain type of, it's already programmed. I'm just put it that way. It's already designed. All you have to do is nurture it, tend to it over time. Okay? Keep watering it, give it the sunlight, feed it like good fertilizer, feed it good nutrients. That's the same thing with us. Life is simple, but we can make life hard for ourselves, and then we have a government system that has also made life, a bit of a challenge. But nonetheless, we have the spirit and the power to overcome all things. We have the spirit and the power to overcome anything that we're ever faced with. So with faith is having the right mindset, the right attitude, okay? Your faith is your mindset of gratitude, your mental peace, your mental trust, your mental knowing. And then your belief is your heart, is what you know to be true from within. Okay? So when we put body, mind, spirit together, we're walking in a lot of power. We're walking in a lot of power because our words have power. We can bring light from our hands. Our hands have a lot of power. Our thoughts have a lot of power. So when we understand how powerful we are in that power, we have to, then comes a level of responsibility, okay? Because with great power comes what? So, okay, but also we have the power to destroy as well. We have the power to be destructive in our nature because we have two natures within us. But we can subject ourselves to one or the other. So we could become a powerful force of light, or we could become a destructive force of like bad, or just say bad, where we're using our thoughts, words, and actions to destroy. We're sowing a type of destruction or discord. And if we're putting that out, we will get that back. If we put light out, we will get that back. But when you're being the light, you will attract both, because not everybody will appreciate the goodness that's within you or that you are. And so if a person hasn't reached that point in place within themselves of like that self-mastery or that just inner peace or acceptance or joy or love, then your light can irritate them. What you have within you can irritate them, because a lot of people are fixated on the outer things, what you have. But it's the inner things that's the prize. The inner things is what nobody can steal from you or take from you unless you allow them to. So that's where boundaries come in, discernment come in. You know what I mean? And so we get taught those things throughout life, through our relationships, through whatever kind of relationship it is. It could be a relationship with your mom, your dad, your grandma, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, your children, a friend, a stranger. We're always constantly learning something. We can always take something from something. Even if you're put in a situation and it's uncomfortable, whatever it is, we can always take the gems out of any situation. And so in life, we just have to be in the present moment. Bask in the moment. Because in the present moment, that's when you feel the presence of God, the presence of the Creator, the presence of the divine. Because you're in such harmonious balance in that speck of time, in that speck of being, that you become all things. You become one with all things. You become balanced, centered. You're at the heart and the center of all things. And that is a feeling out of this world. That is a feeling that is a peace that surpasses all understanding. Okay. That is a feeling that is so good. And you want to feel like that all the time. But sometimes it's not so easy to get in the present moment because we have so many distractions. This, that, that. It's like everything just keep pulling at you. But through discipline and through boundaries, we can always have time for the present moment if we just slow down, if we just be, if we just come into the rest, come into the sanctuary that is within, we will access heaven. We will access that state of mind, that feeling of bliss, and then we can see heaven. We can be attuned to all that is and walk in such a peace, in such divinity, that nothing else matters, because nothing else really matters but that peace, but that divinity, but that sound mind, that joy that you just feel within, that peace, that tranquility that you just feel within. You have to hold that, keep that, and protect that at all costs, because it's an opposing energy that is out here in the world and in your mind. It's within you as well. It's ego, it's whatever you want to call it, the devil, whatever. It will try to take that. A thought could try and come in your mind and try and take that or try and break that. And that's where the true mastery comes in within yourself, of acknowledging that and casting it away from you. Get thee behind me, Satan. You know, you're casting away those thoughts that can try and take you out of that zen, that peace, that bliss. Even people can be used to try and take you out of it as well. But you have to know the game and how to play it. We are players in the game. You know, it's either you're the controller or you're being controlled. You know, it's either you're participating in it or you're just like a victim of it, because you're not participating in it. So it's like the game is running, but you just you're shut off. You know what I mean? So through awareness, through daily practices, through choosing it. Wake up every day choosing your peace. Wake up every day choosing what it is that you want and stand on it. And after a while, that inner principle will just start to just lay a foundation. Okay? And then your life will change around that new foundation. It will change around that new belief. It will change around that new vibration, because it's a vibration that you're internalizing to externalize. Okay? Input, output. So if you're putting into yourself a new program, then eventually a new program will show up in your outward world. You will start to walk and see differently in the earth. You know, you will start to have different and new life experiences. Okay? But it has to be cultivated. Okay? Through discipline. So when you honor your body as the living temple of God, Goddess, then what you're saying is, I'm acknowledging that I am sacred. I am acknowledging that I am a walking masterpiece. I am a living, breathing manifestation. I acknowledge the divine spirit, which is the breath within me. I acknowledge the holy of holy within me. I acknowledge that glory that's within me. And you choose to walk in that each and every day. You choose to think like that, speak like that, and then you will, over time, become a powerhouse for all things. For abundance, for prosperity, for joy, for peace. More will just keep pouring in because you're filling your cup up with all of those things. Okay? Then you have become a Christ. You have become a disciple. You have become what Christ said that you could become. Okay? Now you're one. Now you're like co-creating with this energy. You're co-creating with this divinity. And you're laying that out into the world. You're putting that out into the world. You know what I'm saying? And it's such a beautiful thing as it unfolds. Though, you know, it's life, it's polarity. We have to go through the darkness. We have to go through the ickiness. We have to go through the mud and the mire. But eventually we will rise up. Eventually we will come out of all of that and be new. That is the rebirth. That is the resurrection. When we come into our resurrected state, when we are truly knowing again who we really are and what we really are. And then just keeping that. Okay? Because when you start off, it's like you get like a good momentum going. But then when like life just kind of start boxing you up, that's when you kind of like, you know, you could kind of like start to give up. But you can't give up. You can't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on, you know, what you're fighting for or what you see. You know what I'm saying? What it is that you truly like want. You know what I'm saying? And so as you just keep going, it will get better. It will get better. It will get better. It may not seem like it at times, but that's because you're fighting through the illusion. It's a battle. It's a battle. Okay? But the battle has already been won. Okay? So you just have to go through the process. All right? And the process is never just like easy, you know what I'm saying? But you have to just, you got to drown out the noise and just keep going with the emotions. You got to kind of sometimes just psych yourself out, you know what I mean? Because it's a lot in this life that can try and take you out, baby. I'm talking about when a loved one died. I'm talking about if something happened to your children. I'm talking about if you end up getting divorced. I'm talking about if life just starts to really hit you and you're taking it all in, and it starts to really affect your mind, your peace, your heart. And then you can start to grow bitter and start to become angry and so many other things. You get lost. And you have to just come back into that balance. You have to come back into that knowing, that trust, that faith, that assurance, that bliss, you know. And I know it's not that easy, you know, just talking about it, especially when you're going through something. But that's the truth. That's the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? You will get through it and you will overcome. And if you keep affirming that in your daily life, in your program, then you will, because you have what you speak. So if you keep saying that and believing that and feeling that, then you will become that. As a man thinketh, so shall he be in his heart. So it's your heart. You know what I'm saying? Your heart. It's a constant work of the heart. You know, and sometimes when you're going through something, you could be like, damn, why I'm going through all this shit? And it's like, because it could be your heart. It could be what's inside your heart. And in order to see that, you got to go through that, okay? In order to get past that or heal from that, you have to acknowledge your shit, okay? You have to acknowledge what it is that's blocking you, what it is that's stopping you. And it's predominantly mental. It's predominantly mental. So when it comes to mental illness and mental wellness and things, that is a very personal thing that you in spirit, you in God, you in Christ, you in the all, that's what you work out. You and the Holy Spirit, you work that out. Okay? But you have to be willing and be open to it. Be willing and open to surrendering what you just keep carrying and holding on to, and then just let it go so you can move forward. Because what I've noticed in a lot of people's lives is we think we're letting go, we think we're surrendering, we think we got over something, and we haven't. So when the eclipses come around, when the retrogrades come around, then you will know, dang, I still got some healing to do. Dang, that still keep coming up. Dang, I ain't really let that go yet. So yes, you have to, it's a work, you know, but as long as you stay in the flow with it and let it go and do things to honor the divine within you, nourish your temple, nourish your body, cleanse, detox, fast, do all the things that you have to do to purify, because we have to continuously purify ourselves. We don't just purify ourselves one time through baptism or through just speaking a prayer and things like that. No, it's a work, okay? And if you start to give up, I know people give up sometimes, or they kind of fall or like backslide, but you have to remember to pick yourself up and keep going every day. You got to go hard every day. You got to turn this into a positive. You got to alchemize the situation, whatever you're in. You got to alchemize your mind, that it then it starts to become fun, where it's like, man, this tried to take me out today, but I shifted that around real quick. Then you become great at nah. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how songs would be like rapping songs or something, like they doubted me and da da da, like on some Future stuff or something. It's like, yeah, for real. The world, people, outsiders, they can doubt you, they can say this, they can say that, but when you know within and you going hard, and then people will see the fruit of your labor, they will start to see that glory, then it's like, oh, now you want to be all on me, be all on my campaign, now you want to listen or whatever. But it's never when you're going through it that people want to hear you, help you, be there with you, be there like for you. You know what I'm saying? And so it's crazy. What is that? Okay. I was trying to see this guy's shirt. But yes, it's just amazing to be in the process of unfolding, okay? And trusting the process, trusting the divine timing of things, being in alignment with that, because when that time and that day comes where it's clear and the storm is over, that's when the rejoicing comes. But through that process, the Most High wants you to already know that something divine is coming out of it. The Most High wants you to already be in a type of joy or a bliss or a type of inner calm and peace and patience while you're going through it. Because if we always look to the ending or the result or the manifestation of it, then we not truly are trusting in the process or truly believing, because it's like, well, if I'm not getting a result, then I don't believe. Or if it's not happening fast enough, then I don't believe. Or, you know, you just kind of got this like ungrateful attitude or just tainted perception of what it is that you're going through, or even coming into the higher mind, the spiritual mind of the greater that's being done. Because things are happening for us, and it's all for our best and highest good, even in a darkened situation. Okay? Because through your testimony, through you overcoming and being able to tell somebody else, you gain the wisdom, you gain the jewel. Okay? You went through the test, you went through all the ucky, like with giving birth. If a woman hasn't went through going through birth, she's not going to understand the process. Okay? And she could know, like, okay, it's a process, it's this, is that. You can know that, but until you go through that and come out on the other side, then it's like, you know, it's still like that, if you get what I'm trying to say. But yeah. Whew. Just keep going through the process, y'all. That's all I really gotta say. Just keep going through it. We gotta just be soldiers and warriors. We gotta armor up. Okay? We gotta armor up. And what we mostly have to armor up is our hearts and our minds. What we allow into our minds. What we allow into our heart. What we ponder on. What we dwell on. What we meditate on. What we think on. Okay? It has to be bearing fruit. Whatever we dwell upon within our minds, it has to bear fruit, because people can attest to it. People can bear witness to it, as it relates to your outward. You know, and some people, they have the gift of seeing, and they can see within you something ain't right. They can see within you a shortcoming, or, you know, some type of like downfall, if you will. But it's not to try to point it out in a way where it's like judging like that. But it's like, no, like, if you need help, I can help you. Or, you know, it's still coming from the heart. It's still coming from a place of compassion and like non-judgment. It's coming from that motherly love. Because, you know, I know that a lot of moms are hard and could be mean, and you know how those type of moms can be. But when you just remember the love of the great mother, of the divine mother, the aspect of God, where it's, you know, just that Holy Spirit, that love, where it's like, I know you made mistakes, I know you trying, but it's okay, and I'm here. And I'm not here to judge you or make you feel less than, or make you feel like you made a mistake and you gotta pay for it. No, it's that cleansing of just love and forgiveness that you can just walk in and be at peace in. Because we have to be at peace within ourselves in order to give peace. We have to first know the medicine, be the medicine, and then we can give the medicine. Okay? But this is not like the pharmaceutical industry where we're not getting to the root and we're not treating it as a holistic thing, meaning mind, body, spirit. We're just diagnosing and just putting a band-aid on it. Nah, baby, we're going to heal this thing. We're going to get to the root, go through the process, and heal this thing. That way, the surface, the outward, the manifestation of it will reflect the inside. Because when you grow a plant, or even with a lock, it's like it could be perfect from root to tip. Or you have a certain plant that you grew and it's just perfect. Like, it's like, wow, this turned out perfect. You know, like, we have that capability within us where we can be uniquely perfect. Nothing is perfect in the eyes of man, but through the eyes of God, it can be perfect. So that's just what I wanted to share with y'all today. All right. I love y'all and hope y'all doing well. Peace.